I want to share with you about an incredible movie that is out there right now, released in the States, called The Sound of Freedom. Have you heard of it? You need to see this movie and share about it far and wide. This movie is about child trafficking and sexual exploitation. It is based on the true story of an incredible person who's the biggest hero I could ever tell you about, called Tim Ballard, who's a former FBI. He's a brilliant man. He cares about this problem to the core, that he set up his own foundation called OUR, Operation Underground Railroad. If you've not heard of them, go research and about him and the whole story. It's absolutely incredible. This foundation so far has rescued over 6,000. They go in there, they do undercover operations, and they rescue children, adults as well, from these hideous situations all across the globe. This man is connected to so many people that are focused on this big issue, and he's doing incredible work, real work. He is going in there. Not only does he rescue children, he has even adopted some children that he has rescued. I can't tell you enough how much light this person has. You can sense it and see it in his aura, through his eyes, his sincerity, his humbleness, and he non-stop advocates for this cause. Not only does he go in there and do the dirty work, I mean, we're talking about going right in there to terrible situations to rescue children. He also raises awareness of this whole issue. This film is all about him and one of his operations. I don't know much more than that because I cannot wait to see the movie. So far, it's only in the States. It will be released globally. I've been waiting 8 years to see this movie. It was meant to be released way earlier. However, they had issues with Disney, who are not a reputable organization and who really do a lot of detriment to children. There is so much more that I can talk about that whole issue. However, the actor who was chosen to play Tim Ballard in the movie is Jim Caviezel, who starred in Passion of the Christ as Jesus. I've even got shivers now. When he took the role of Jesus, he really embodied that role, and there was so much light and truth in him doing that role. He's a very spiritual, humble person. This movie and everyone involved, including producers, are so beautiful and pure, and they're in there doing the work. There's so much light. There's a whole light movement in all of this. It is awakening so many people to this cause, to this issue. If you're in the States, please go and support this movie. Go and see it. You can find it by visiting angel.com. Angel.com has different movies and TV shows. Of course, it's called Angel. How perfect. And they are about movies of the light. They literally are. They illuminate a light in the darkness. And I can't tell you enough how much this is a movement right now, and it needs to be. It's overdue. This issue is so important, so prevalent. The basic statistics, 2 million kids go missing every year, and that is an underestimate. Child exploitation in all its wicked forms is a $1.2 billion industry. This is so huge. It's time to support it, to shine a light on it, and to be aware. Go see this movie. I've heard so much about it. It is so incredible. It's made in a gentle but powerful way. Spread awareness. And if you're not in the States like me in Australia, I'm just waiting to hear when it's going to come out here. I cannot wait to see it. I've been waiting 8 years to see this movie. Unfortunately, it was delayed. And, you know, they have said so themselves, but negative energy, there is a darkness that they are revealing, and that darkness also tried to halt this movie or avoid it being shown. There are people who do not want you to see this. We've heard about big names, people in positions of power who are into this kind of thing with children, and it is way bigger and worse than you could ever imagine. I know a lot about this topic. I've looked into it in the last decade plus. Link to the movie is below, as well as my fundraiser to help rescue children.